All right, well, it is 4:05, and I said we would have a quick 10-minute presentation, and we will get started with our Option 1 virtual open house. So I'm going to start. I'm Dr. McDonald, the principal at Edison, and we are doing this for Option 1 students. If you are an Option 2 student or family member, you are welcome to stay. But you will also have an open house tomorrow from 5 to 6. And I believe Mr. Straka will be sending that information through your students, either today or tomorrow. I am recording this, and I will post it for information that can be viewed at a later date as well. All right. So I want to introduce you virtually to our office staff. Again, I'm Dr. McDonald. I'm the principal. We have Ms. Tanya, our lead secretary, and Ms. Tamara, our attendance secretary. Classroom teachers for grades PEEP through 2nd grade. In PEEP, we have Ms. Burtis right here. Ms. Rose is right here, Mr. Travis, and Ms. Brown. Our kindergarten teachers, Ms. Baranowski, Mrs. Dorlag, Mrs. Smith. Some of you know her from last year as Miss Edwards. She got married. She is Mrs. Smith. 1st grade, we have Mrs. Baker and Mrs. Hodgson right here. And our 2nd grade teachers, Mrs. Dembski, who some of you had as a kindergarten teacher. She moved up to 2nd grade this year. And Mrs. Zari King, that most of you call Ms. ZK, 2nd grade. Grades 3 through 5, we have Miss Powell in 3rd grade and Mrs. Pruitt. 4th grade, Miss Burley, math and science. Mrs. Spickett's last we have for reading and social studies. And in 5th grade, we have Mrs. Fleming, math and science. And Mrs. Zavasky went back to 5th grade from kindergarten and 1st grade, and she is teaching reading and social studies. We're lucky to have some interns from Western this year. So some of you will see other faces on your Google Meets. We have in Mrs. Dorleg's class, we have Ms. Robert. Mrs. Hodgson's class, we have Ms. Wickline. Mrs. Pruitt's class, we have Ms. Parrish. And in Ms. ZK's class, we have Ms. Moreno. Welcome to Edison to our interns. 2A teachers, our Option 2A teachers, again, they have their open house tomorrow night. And we have Ms. Elbers, Ms. Haystack, and Mrs. Smith are doing our Option 2A Calvert Learning program this year. And again, it's listed right here. Tomorrow night from 5 to 6, you will have your 2A open house. Specials teachers. Our specials teachers are all teaching 2A, and Mrs. Patterson went to the middle school to teach phys ed. So right now, our specials area teachers are all from the district. And it's a drop-in style where students can choose which time frames work best for them each week. Most classes are offered at 8:50, 9:30, 2:50, and 3:30 each day. And if you can't go live, there's also a recorded section on that website. You can go to the top and pick the recorded session. And remember, you need to pick 2 sessions of specials a week. We have some resource teachers here to help us. We have Mr. Logan, Mr. Young, Ms. May. We have Ms. Allen, Mr. Frayer, Ms. Voss, and Ms. Davis are all here to give us some additional support. Communities and schools, Mr. M is back as our site coordinator. If you need anything from Mr. M, the kids closet, some connections to some programs, he's the person to contact. And if you got the newsletter in your email, all of our contact information is on the parent newsletter. Ms. Walker is our after-school site coordinator, and the after-school program for CIS is up and running. So if you have any questions, you can get a hold of Ms. Walker. Our reading recovery and instructional specialist is Mrs. Edison. She's working with 4 first graders in small groups right now. And then she also runs some small groups for other grade levels as well. So you may see her asking to have your student be part of her small group. Our bilingual support, we have Ms. Ward. Ms. Player is our behavior support. And Ms. Summers is our librarian. I couldn't get a picture of Ms. Summers, so she got a cartoon picture. But she's here on Mondays and is helping teachers pick out books, and hopefully we'll get to the point where we can send some home. Our activity helpers, Miss Jessica, Miss Tania, Miss Jania, they are actually here passing out materials for us this week. They were here yesterday, today, and will be here tomorrow between 10 and 3 to get out math books, social studies books, and some more decodable books for kindergarten and first graders. If you have not yet come up, please come up and get those books so your students are well prepared when the teachers get on and have those assignments and activities on their Google Meet. Ms. Kimyata Armstrong is our supervisor for food service, and she is always helpful and knowledgeable about our students. And when we come back face to face, Mr. Ed, Mr. Paul, and Ms. Woods are also part of that Edison Academy food service staff, and they're here and willing to help with our kids. So hopefully when we're back on our hybrid model in the end of November, you'll be able to see them face to face as well. Don't forget that our few free meal packs are available to all KPS students in all the options. So if you're in option 1 or 2A or 2B, you can come and get lunch. They include breakfast and lunch for multiple days. And our distribution at Edison is on Tuesdays and Thursdays from 11:30 to 12:30. A bus pulls up and you can grab and go with those meal packs. I just want to go very quickly through some of our Edison Academy expectations because we have the same expectations whether we're remote or in person. We have our AAA student expectations. Our AAA stands for Achievement, Attendance, and Attitude. Achievement, we want to make sure you're making adequate progress towards your academic goals and you're working as hard as possible to meet those academic goals. And here's the one piece that some people are missing. You're not completing those asynchronous lessons or those lessons that aren't part of the Google Meet with your teacher. Lexia, Dreambox, homework, all of those types of things. In order to get that achievement A, you need to be making sure that you're doing all of those activities as well. Getting on Lexia, getting on Dreambox, completing your homework assignments, doing your reading. Attendance, we are still watching attendance. We want to make sure that our students are attending school. And what attending school means is that you're attending your morning synchronous live lessons with your teachers online. You're attending the synchronous live small group afternoon sessions when your teacher has assigned those. You're attending a minimum of 2 specials per week, and you're attending our SEL sessions on Wednesdays. And you need to make sure you're doing all those pieces to meet our attendance expectation. And then attitude is following the student code of conduct, which most of you have seen. If you're a kindergartner or a peeper, you probably haven't seen that yet, but it's basically all the expectations we have behaviorally. When we are remote and virtual, we really look at bullying and cyberbullying as the top 2 issues that we have to deal with. So make sure you're being a good citizen, a good digital citizen when you're online. Your attitude A is also about following the expectations of the teacher. So if your teacher is asking you to sit up and pay attention, you need to make sure that you're doing that. And then following all those online expectations. Communication is key, and parents and any grown-up that is here listening for your students, while we're remote, communication is more important than ever. So we need to make sure we have your current phone number, and if you text, that would be helpful to let us know. Have you signed up for Class Dojo with your child's teacher? We put a lot of information on Class Dojo. Have you joined our Edison Academy Facebook and/or Twitter pages? Same information goes there. Do you listen to the school messenger robocalls, or do you turn them off and then not listen to the voicemail? Is your voicemail full, or have you not set up your voicemail? We get a lot of those recordings back. I started emailing parents. Are you reading those? And the emails also go to the students' email accounts. So are you reading those emails? If you're not getting them, please check with Ms. Tanya or Ms. Tamara to see if we have the correct number on file, the correct email on file, and that you don't have our number blocked, because right now when I get the report back, there's 41 people that have blocked our school phone number. So please make sure that we're not blocked, because the only way we're going to get information to you is through these avenues, at least right now. The district curriculum that we use are all aligned with state standards, And so we have Reading Street, which have clear expectations and again aligned with state standards. We use Eureka Math, which is the most used math curriculum, and it aligns with our Common Core state standards. And we also have Amplify Science, which promotes inquiry and creativity and has a lot of science and engineering practices embedded in that program. District program or district curriculum for social studies, we use Social Studies Alive, and it helps us learn about the world around us, communities, regions, America, and more. And then we also have a writing curriculum, Being a Writer, which is research-based, whole class writing, and there's the use of a workshop model in Being a Writer. We do have some district assessments. We are going to be doing our NWEA MAP testing. That information will be coming soon, where students will have to take the NWEA test at home virtually. And we will be doing that in math and reading. We will not be doing science. And then it will provide baseline and growth for us 3 times a year. Bowness and Pinnell we will not do until we come back face to face. That assessment is impossible to do virtually. And M-STEP, we're still waiting to hear from the state whether or not M-STEP will happen in the spring, but that starts in 3rd grade. 3rd, 4th, and 5th graders will take the state assessment in all core content areas, and then we will get information in the summative board in the spring. And our performance is ranked throughout the state on that test. So right now, we're taking it unless the state and federal government decides we don't need to take that this year. Because we are a Title I school, I am required by law to tell you what we spend our Title I dollars on. So we have our Title I instructional specialist. We pay a portion of her salary, and that is Mrs. Edison. And she instructs literacy groups that consist of Title I students who are identified as strategic and intensive in the areas of reading and writing. So she will identify students that need some extra support and ask them to be in a small group. We also have a parent family engagement Title I literacy facilitator at the district level that we pay a portion of. In our title budget, I offer after-school data meetings with teachers, and they can earn a stipend to come after school to really dig into our data and see what we need to get better on in teaching and what we need to help the students get better on in learning. And we also look and celebrate the things that we do well. Our Title I School and Community Resources Facilitator, that is our CIS Site Coordinator position, Mr. M, and we pay a portion of his salary as well to have him here through our Title I grant. I've purchased a phonemic awareness program for teachers, and that's part of our Title I dollars spent. And then we also have a program called Brain Pop that the school can assess, the students can access through their Chromebooks and through their Clever portal. And that's where our title dollars go. If you have any questions on any of the Title I information, please feel free to ask me questions. You can ask the teachers, and if they can't answer them, they can send it to me. But my information, you can call school 337-0550, or my email address is mcdonald2@kalamazoopublicschools.net. And again, it's at the bottom of the family parent newsletter that was sent via email. Another requirement of Title I is we have to go through a parent-student-teacher compact, and I just wanted to get your eyes on it right now. Teachers will go through this with you more involved when we have conferences in October. But there's a parent-guardian commitment, a student commitment, and then the teacher administration commitment on how we're going to do well in school. And now it is time for you to meet your teachers. I promised you 10 minutes. It took 14. So sorry, I was a little long-winded. So please go to your child's Google Classroom and get the Google Meet code from the teacher, or they may have put it in Class Dojo as well. And you will go to their Google Meet codes for their portion of the open house. I'm going to remain in this Google Meet if you need anything, or you can call me at our phone number. My extension is 243, or you can email my email address. I want to thank everybody for coming, and again, I will remain in this Google Meet, and it was nice seeing you, even though I can't see you. Hopefully, we will get to do this again in person. So head on off to your teachers' classrooms. Have a great day.